Will now be recorded.
Welcome to Azure Data Factory beginner course team. In this session, we will talk about incremental load design patterns in Azure Data Factory. In this session, we are going to understand why incremental load is mandatory in real world data pipelines team. Then we will discuss the most commonly used incremental load design patterns in projects. Then we will compare three design patterns. One is watermark, tumbling window, third one is CDC. We will see when to use which design pattern. Finally, I will share how data engineers choose the right pattern in real projects. And then we will talk about interview ready decision making tips. Like in interview, if somebody asks you which incremental load design patterns you go, why, and so on, how you can able to decide and how you can able to answer that also we will be discussing in today's session. Firstly, what is incremental load? As we discussed in our previous sessions team, incremental load means we only process only new or changed data. We are not going to process the old data which is already processed. What is the benefit that we are going to get from this is first one is performance, meaning pipelines run faster as we are processing new or changed data as we are not processing old data. Cost efficiency, it uses the less compute as we are processing less data. It consumes less compute. As a result, cost will be reduced. Reliability, so there is a very less chance of failure as we are processing very less data. Even if there is a failure, we have a very efficient ways to recover from the failures. Those steps also I have included in the next slides. Now we understood what is incremental load. Let's understand why incremental load. In real projects team, full load is not scalable because your data as growing. If you are keep on loading same whole data again and again, it increases time, it increases a lot of compute usage, and the cost will increase. To avoid that, so as data grows from like millions to billions in real world projects, full load is not recommended, right? So large data volumes in real projects will create a lot of problem. That's why we should not go for the full load. And as I said, this full load will take more time, more compute. As a result, high cost and performance issues also we will see. It will take more time. And incremental load is the industry standard team. The reason for this is incremental load is the one of the most implemented data pipeline in real time, right? Full load and incremental load are two, but for all large tables we will go and implement the incremental load pipelines as it can process only new or changed data rather than processing all data. Now, what are the challenges, right? So even though incremental load is powerful team, it comes with the challenges, right? So first problem is duplicate data. So same records loaded multiple times, right? It can be possible that same records loaded multiple times creates a duplicate data. And missing records in case records skipped due to the wrong filters. If you are using a wrong filters, automatically it will skip some of the records. Late arriving data, meaning data arriving after your pipeline execution is finished, that data may not be processed and it will be only available at the source. It will not come to the target. Failure recovery, in case pipeline fails in midway, you have to recover it, but there are different strategies to recover it. I have included in the next slide. Data inconsistency issues, meaning your source and target records, number of records may not match. So these are the challenges that are that can be seen in different incremental loads as well. That's why we need to implement these design patterns properly to avoid these challenges. First, let's understand how we can able to overcome these challenges with different design pattern, right? As I mentioned, there are three different design patterns we have. One is watermark, right? Watermark means if the pipeline fails, we simply rerun it using the last saved watermark value team. As in case if it is a failed, no problem. We will try to get again from the last saved watermark value. So entire data we will get it. Similarly, in tumbling window trigger, let's say 12 o'clock to 1 o'clock, there is a window, it is succeeded. 1 to 2 window is failed, and 1 to 2, see 12 to 1 and 1 to 2, 2 to 3. So 2 to 3 window also successful. Then 1 to 2, if there is a failure, you can re-execute only that particular window, okay, to reprocess that particular window data, whatever data came in that particular window. Similarly, if the CDC pattern, in case while we are running the CDC pipeline, there is a failure, we can simply restore our transaction logs in the databases so that it can able to reprocess it, because generally CDC works based on the or from the logs. So we can replay the changed data safely by using the transaction logs. These recovery capabilities makes incremental load reliable in production team. Let's talk about first design pattern, watermark-based incremental load team. Watermark-based incremental load can be developed, can be implemented using a date column in a table or timestamp column in a table or primary key column in a table where you are not expected to update the records. In that case, you can even go with ID columns. These columns tracks the last processed values, and we will simply it is basically simple and widely used approach, watermark based incremental load. Let's understand how to implement it. If you see here, last process date we will be reading here, and then I'll be reading what is the current max value. For example, last time I processed up to 10 records, up to customer ID 10. I have up to 50 customers right now. Now last processed value is 10, currently we have max is 50. Now I'll say greater than 10, it will give you the records which are came after the saved time, that is 5 records. Those I'll be copying into the target. After that, I'll take this 15 and I'll pass it to stored procedure, which will update the last processed value as a 15 currently. So that's how the first design pattern is going to work based on the last processed value. What all activities we are using? We will be using a lookup activity, copy activity, and stored procedure activity to develop this. Now let's talk about the tumbling window trigger team. In tumbling window trigger, so here it is basically works based on the time, right? As I said, 12 to 1, 1 to 2, 2 to 3, like this. Time slicer data processing is going to happen. These are basically fixed, non-overlapping. One window will not overlap on the other window. Each window runs only once. In case if particular window fail, we have a retry mechanism to retry that. So it is reliable incremental load execution team. Now, if you see how it can be done is, if you see 12 to 1, this is a start time is 12 o'clock and end time is 6 o'clock. Hourly frequency, if I keep, every hour it will run the pipeline. By tumbling window trigger will run this pipeline. So this particular tumbling window trigger will pick whatever data came in 12 to 1 will pick at 1 o'clock. Whatever data arrived from 1 to 2, it will pick at 2 o'clock. Whatever data comes from 2 to 3, it will pick at 3. Pick at 3 means pipeline start execution at 3 o'clock. That pipeline will bring the data from 2 to 3 using the window start time and window end time. If you see, this is the window. In this is the window start time, this is the window end time team. Let's move on to the third design pattern, that is CDC based design pattern. So remember team, CDC capture changes directly from database logs. Right, 1 second. Yeah, CDC basically keeps all the changes in the transaction log, such as all records which are inserted, all records which are updated, all records which are deleted, everything it is going to keep it in the our log table. So our CDC, what it does is it reads the changes from the database logs and it will process the data in near real time incremental processing. Near real time means whenever it understood that new log got added in the database log, it reads those logs and it will process immediately into the target system. So data basically changes frequently team. Remember how it will work is, let's say somebody has applied some update or delete some operation on the source side, there is a log will be there. this CDC feature will read those logs and it will make the same changes in the destination. It is very simple. So mainly these you can see in the SQL database, SQL database side, you have a CDC capabilities. SAP CDC you have, if you ever worked on SAP CDC. One more source we have in Azure Data Factory, which is also supports the CDC way to fetch the incremental records. Now let's compare these all, right? Watermark, tumbling, and CDC design patterns. If you compare complexity wise, Watermark is very low complexity team. Tumbling window trigger is medium, and CDC is high complexity because it has to look at the transaction log. And delete operation cannot be performed in the Watermark or tumbling window, but in CDC source side, if you some deletions happen, same deletion can happen in the target. And this real time use case, if you see, this is not going to happen in real time. Based on your schedule, it will be running and it will be fetching based on the last processed value. This is based on the window timing it will go, but CDC is almost running in near real time. Cost wise, Watermark is low cost team compared to the tumbling window and the CDC, because CDC is a near real time, it uses more compute, cost will increase. Tumbling window also for fixed window slices, it keep on running. This also medium cost compared to the Watermark is the lowest charges as it is going to run when you schedule it. Now the question is, which pattern should I use? Remember team, for small to medium tables, you can go for Watermark. Frequent time-based data updates, then you can go for tumbling window. So enterprise systems with the deletes, for example, SAP CDC, SQL database, right? In such cases, you can go for the CDC theme. So there is no single best pattern. Choice is depends on the use case. Real project mapping, if I do daily sales data, you can use Watermark pattern. Streaming batch ingestion, you can use the tumbling window. If you are using ERP or CRM systems, you can go for the CDC pattern. This is how we map theory to real projects team. Now interview tip is, never use a full load for large tables team. You have to say, for we have a large tables, we are doing full load. Never say that in interview. Always justify why a pattern is chosen. If the interviewer asks why you are going with Watermark, why not a series, why not a tumbling window, you have to be in a position to explain. So talk about cost, reliability, and data volume. These are the key things you need to take away from this particular session to the interview or your project work. In the next session team, we will see Watermark-based incremental load end-to-end pipeline demo with the configurations and best practices we will discuss. So now I am going to show you 5 MCQs team. Please try to answer. If you get a less than 4, I request you to rewatch the video. If you get greater than or equal to 4, you are good to go with the next session team. Now let me show you the MCQs. These are the 5 MCQs. So I request everybody to answer in the comment section what is your score. Along with that, please like, share, and subscribe my channel and support me. Along with that, please join WhatsApp and Telegram group for free documentation team. I am sharing. The links are given in the description. Thank you, team.